Straw Hut Media.
AJ Gibson.
Emile, Ennis, Gibson.
Don't do
Are we
that.
gonna hyphenate?
Don't do that.
Wait,
no.
Wait, is it already? Why are you playing with your ring?
No, because you're acting like we haven't discussed this. I told you. I'm keeping my name. I have worked hard. I've been in this industry for a decade now, building Emile Ennis Jr., and that's where it shall stand. Now the kids.
No, that's gonna be
when we talk about kids.
That's gonna be a conversation.
I don't mind Ennis Gibson.
Okay.
I don't mind Ennis
Oh wait,
Gibson.
your name's first? Wow.
Yo. We have an amazing episode of Confess Your Mess today.
One of my favorites. It was so fun.
Listen, we're just going to actually get right into it because it's
epic.
Confess your mess.
You're hype.
Listen, this is my best friend in my head. AJ, you're my best friend, my partner for life. But this is my best friend in my head. Let me just tell you before I do this introduction, I've never met our guest in person.
Ever.
And when you are on YouTube, so I worked for Clever for years, and I was in that YouTube space, and then I started my own channel, which I'm sorry, y'all know I don't commit to it. I'm sorry, but this person, this person is dedicated, and we'll talk about what the dedication and the consistency has done for their life and for their career.
But I feel like this isn't one of those guests that you talked about a lot on Clever. Not a messy, not a messy YouTuber.
This was not. No, so this actually isn't a guest that was like a messy YouTuber. This is actually a guest who is super talented, who also highlights other people and other talents. And funny enough, I followed him a while ago, and we came back from Bali. And speaking of a red eye, we came back from Bali, and then I had my 30th birthday party that night. My mom flew into town that day, and I randomly looked in my DMs or something, or in the likes or something, and saw that he liked my photo, and I clicked, and I was like, oh, he follows me back? Terrell Grice follows me back?
There it is.
And so that day, I sent him a DM, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. Invited him to my birthday. I was like, listen, if you're free, again, never met him before, but I was like, if you're free, come on down. But there's just something about his energy, about just everything that he does. If you watch his videos, AJ and I've watched his videos for years, but
I've been binging because, okay, so here, low-key, high-key, I'm not a fan of YouTubers per se. Because I've met some over the years, and they've always been such letdowns. There's drama. There's always a lot of, like,
and sometimes there's an air of arrogance that is not warranted.
Yes, and there's a history of some phobias and some isms in the early YouTube years, so I kind of got turned off by it early on. But when you turned me on to Terrell Grice, I about lost my mind because I was like, wait. This is like television production. And also, he radiates joy in everything he does.
So obviously, our guest is Terrell Grice. You don't know Terrell Grice. He is an amazing YouTuber, singer, just all-around talent.
Human.
He does some amazing things on his YouTube channel. He has his Song Association, which is, he's had incredible guests. Like, most recently, he had Tamala Mann during his road to 1 million.
I about lost it.
He's had Cynthia Erivo. He's had Riley, formerly Amber Riley. Duran Bernard. Like, so many talented artists. And what I love about this is he gives a platform to artists that you may not have heard of. And
I'm in love with Kirby now. I had no idea who Kirby was.
Listen. And also, he has a Tea and Coco show with Coco Jones, which is amazing.
Hilarious. Don't get mac and cheese advice from them, though. I'm just going to say that right now.
That's a whole nother thing.
Don't do it.
But most recently, he just celebrated 100 million. Oh, God. Well, I'm manifesting 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And he had an incredible special on his YouTube channel that was
TV quality. Beyond TV quality.
So good. Better than TV, in my opinion. It was so good. And to see at the very end, see your reaction as you were watching it, and with your friends and with your family, it was just a beautiful thing.
Well, that's 45 minutes in. The show's over now, guys. There it is.
Terrell Grice, welcome to the show.
Hello! Oh my God! You guys are hired to do every single introduction for any interview I have for the rest of my career. I swear, it was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
I feel like Terrell and I are kindred spirits, and AJ will tell you, anything that somebody says, I constantly am hearing a song with a specific word or phrase.
Honest to goodness, when we first got together, I was like, okay, he's all right. He's cute. When I wasn't
wait a minute. See, this is the second time in one episode. I'm about to take this ring off.
I'm going to explain it. I'm almost 10 years older, and I was like, okay, there's a whole lot of stuff. Like, we've already talked about this in the pod, but he was in the closet, and he wore a lot of brown. He had matching pimples on both cheeks early on. It was a lot, right?
Drag me for Phil.
So, but what won me over about you, besides your enormous heart and your generosity and your humor, is that you literally make every single thing all day long into a song.
Yes.
And even, like, if we go through moments where all of a sudden things are a little bit down, or maybe a little bit stressed, or maybe there's some depression setting in, I will say to you, have you sang lately? Have you sang?
And I'll give you a full performance in the living room with choreo.
It's usually Dreamgirls, but or whatever it is that we're talking about that day. And once he starts singing, his mood improves.
Happy.
Yes.
So this is a moment. I feel like I shouldn't even be here, but I'm excited to be here. So thank you, Terrell, for joining us.
I am so honored. First of all, Emile, we're here, baby. We're here. Because let me tell you something. Before I was a part of the YouTube community, I obviously watched YouTube. I remember you from Clever. I knew you when you ain't have no hair up there.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
He was bald.
I remember that.
His best friend, Drew. Do you know his best friend, Drew from Clever? She calls him Mr. Peanut.
She says I look like the Peanut from Proud Family movie when I had no hair.
LOL.
And
I remember that.
Yes.
You have been a pioneer in digital media for so long. Sir, you are an icon in this space as well. So I'm clapping for you and everything that you're doing and the evolution that you've had over these years. And I keep seeing you pop up in all these wonderful places on the reel. Period. Do it for us, King. Sir.
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
No, I'm so serious. I am so serious. I remember watching you tell the news in those short little clever clips. I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about because I don't follow these little people on social media, but he's entertaining. And I want to hear what he has to say.
No, I appreciate
your beautiful
that.
self, I'm glad you are here.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's interesting.
You hosting things.
Well, I've been coming from a different world. Like I've been, I had a talk show on Fox years ago. I come from the world of red carpets and Dick Clark, and I've been doing that, and I work in radio. So I come from a more traditional media. So to see someone like you and to see Emile build his career on YouTube, on social media, has been really fascinating for me.
It's crazy.
And I'm that generation that's kind of in between the two, right? Like I'm a little bit older than you, both y'all, but I'm also not so old that I don't understand it and I can't adapt to it.
Right.
So it's been kind of fun to dabble in both worlds. So yeah, we're just super excited to have you here, and
it's gonna be so much fun.
We keep guaranteeing fun. We better bring the fun.
Listen,
now.
we'll go ahead and do our first segment.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so here's your little mini secret, your little test, Terrell. In order for us to trust you with our listeners' secrets and confessions, we're going to do a test run. Now, you've got a big secret you're going to share with us a little bit later on, but first, we want to know the one thing in the world that maybe you know isn't good for you. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a vice, maybe it's a habit that you know it's not really great for you, but you just can't quit it. We want to know what is your mess, but yes.
This might be too deep. I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question.
Get deep.
But, okay, overthinking. It's a very Virgo thing. It's so terrible. I overthink everything, but when it comes to producing content with just a small team of 3 or 4 POC people, it's very helpful to overthink and to think about every little detail and make sure everything's perfect, so that by the time it happens, everything's great, or at least as great as it can be. So it's pros and cons to it. I would say that maybe staying up too late watching old reruns of sitcoms. That's probably not too good.
Now, which ones? Which sitcoms are we talking about? Because I've been going to my binge recently. I'm on Girlfriends right now. I did Half and Half. I did the Parkers.
I done did all of them. I done did Girlfriends, Parkers, Half and Half, One-on-One, Sister.
Yes.
Who else? The Jeffersons.
Okay. Oh, you're going
10,
back now.
Seasons of that. Oh, I went back. What was the one I just did? All of Us.
All of Us is so. Wait, there's a clip in All of Us that went viral on TikTok where he said the little boy says the N-word.
Oh, it went viral on TikTok?
Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's real funny.
It's wild. I've been watching these with them, and I grew up white in Ohio, so I don't know half of these shows. So I'm watching them. But the crazy thing is how many of the actors that I know or that I'm actually even friends with, I'll be watching an episode and I'll be like, oh my God, that's Garcelle Beauvais. I'm gonna text her real quick. And then I'll be watching another episode like, oh, there's Yvette Nicole Brown. I'm gonna text her real quick. And these episodes are probably 20 years old, some of them. My girl Portia Coleman, a good friend of mine, like, oh, I see you on a show right now. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Totally. Did you know? Y'all know Shalea, the singer?
Okay, you had her on as well. I've interviewed her.
She sang the theme song. Did y'all know To All of Us?
Wait, really?
What?
Baby, yes.
Listen, people are in this industry working.
Her.
And I'm so glad that people are getting the shine that they deserve now.
I interviewed her for it was the Clark Sisters movie a year or two, a couple years ago. So good.
And was that not a good movie? That was
great. It was amazing. Okay, so Terrell, we have some secrets.
Yeah, you passed. We trust you.
And we're very excited to get into these confessions. But I feel like I said, this is just going to be me fanboying out the whole episode. But let's go ahead and get into the first secret. Let me go to my little outline here. And for people, if this is your first time listening, we've never seen these secrets. Yep. Our producer, Frank, goes through and picks out the secrets, and then we read them live on air for the first time. Here we go. This is from Dante in Detroit. What's up, Dante?
Dante in Detroit. I like how that rolls.
Detroit?
Yeah, and by the way, they made sure that they put the accent on their E. Dante.
Like fiance.
Because you can't you got to search for that and copy and paste sometimes to get the accent. Okay. So Dante in Detroit says, when I was in the Marine Corps, I hooked up with this guy in the gym locker room showers at night because nobody would be in there. Turns out my staff sergeant was working at the front desk at that time. And on his rounds, he came into the locker room while me and the dude was having sex. We immediately stopped having sex and listened to my staff sergeant as he was walking toward the showers. After about a minute, it felt like an eternity. He walked away. Me and the dude pulled our pants up and left. We had to walk past my staff sergeant as we left. It was so awkward because I know he knew we were having sex in the showers. At work the next day, my staff sergeant didn't say anything, so I never talked about it. So Dante is confessing right now.
Was this a don't ask, don't tell era? When did this happen?
Maybe. But also,
respect to the man for not saying nothing. I guess he's like, let me let y'all slide tonight.
Right, that staff sergeant was nice because I don't know. I think I've told this during the podcast when I found those 3 guys effing in the shower at 24 Hour Fitness when I was working there years ago in my struggle days, and I had to break it up. I was like,
And you tried to tell them they were banned and they just walked out and you never got their names, numbers, information, nothing. Also, there's got to be a joke somewhere here about a staff sergeant. I'm just saying, staff sergeant. I don't know what the joke is. Run with it, but I'm just saying.
I see what you did there.
That was nice, AJ. Respect.
Thank you. Like, this is like one of those like fantasy things for every like queer kid I think coming up who's like thinking like the military fantasy is always the one of the. Do you know what I mean? But
there's got to be 1,000 videos, if not more, that are based on a fantasy like that.
Totally. Locker room, military. Well, I don't know about military, but locker room for sure. There's a whole category.
But also, low-key, the staff sergeant could be getting it in. He's taking the late night shift when nobody's there. He could be doing the same thing.
And low-key, what if the staff sergeant has a hidden camera somewhere and he's selling that to people for OnlyFans?
Terrell, here's what you'll realize. We create scenarios and stories and plot lines. We flesh these out. We've got an entire series.
That.
The staff sergeant over here making bank. Okay, so here's the thing. Before we get into the next secret, I'm going to make a series of confessions during this episode as well.
Wait,
so
what?
One confession that I have, like we said at the beginning, so Terrell just hit 1 million subscribers, and he was doing this whole Road to 1 Million series. Now, again, I've been following Terrell for years. I've watched his videos. They're always a blast.
Yes.
So he was doing this thing, this Road to 1 Million, and he had all his friends like reposting, saying, go follow so we can hit 1 million subscribers. So I posted too. I reshared all that stuff. Yes. Tell me why the day that you were doing the countdown, like the final countdown to 1 million, I went to YouTube and I was like, low-key, I never subscribed to the Terrell Show. And I was like, let me go ahead and click subscribe real fast. But then I was like, I hope that nobody's looking at like a live ticker of who, because they're like, wait, is that a mail that just popped up?
Wait, but what if you were number 1 million? What if you were the million and you've been supporting him for years, but you were actually number 1 million?
I was like, please don't think I'm fake.
And that's epic. But you know, that's actually a common thing. They actually say, I went to visit the YouTube studios at Google. Y'all know that place?
Yeah.
In LA somewhere. Yeah, I was meeting with someone there very early on, like around maybe 100 or 200K or something like that. And he was like, you do know that your reach is probably 4 times that amount because half of the people that watch your content do not even know how to subscribe or realize that they are not subscribed. So whatever y'all, if you're watching this and you're on YouTube, whatever, double your numbers, quadruple your numbers. That's what you really got in these streets.
Right, right. Speak it.
Yes.
Speak it.
Listen, we've been doing this pod since we launched in August, right? We're about to wrap up the end of our first little chunk. We're taking a little break during the holidays, and we'll be back in 2022. And I got family members who still week after week. Now, how do I do this thing? How do I listen to it? I'm like, I don't got time. I don't know what to do. I don't know how else to explain it.
They don't understand.
Wow. They don't understand.
You
so
are not
we
a
love
subscriber.
y'all for watching, even if y'all don't hit that button. It's all right, you'll find it. You'll find that button.
No, listen, we are subscribed now, and it's a blessing. So sorry about that. That's the first confession.
You also, you know who you had on your 1 million celebration, your 1 million show?
Yes.
Tabitha Brown, who I am obsessed with.
Oh yes,
that's my good sis.
Just so soothing.
I'm so proud of her. She is.
Talk about a year.
Talk about representation. And her 20, I want to say, I wasn't introduced to her until 2020, but she has been acting and doing all sorts of amazing things, motivational speaking, for so long. So, and now she just has, she has a children's show out now on YouTube Kids. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about, living out your dream.
Yeah,
she's got her husband Chance. Is it Chance? I think. Is that his name?
Yeah,
her husband?
Yeah.
She's got her husband and the family on all the videos, and he's got a couple 100,000 followers now. He's doing this whole basketball thing. She's helping those around her too, which I think is so cool.
And again, she blew up right after quarantine started. And that's just a testament, Tabitha, and you, if you are consistent, if you put in the work, and it's not about the number of followers, it's about the quality of the content. And I think just being true to who you are, because real recognize real. And there's something about, yes, there's people who have millions of followers and get all these views, but it's on gimmicks and it's on, and that's no tea, no shade, but it is a lot of it. But there is something that's powerful and magical about content creators who are truly talented and who are so focused on their craft and so diligent in, even when it's hard, even when there's struggle, I'm going to continue to persevere. I'm going to continue to strive and continue to pivot into lanes that might terrify me, that I might be afraid of, but I know in the long run, now listen, don't get me started. Because I'm the son of a pastor, so I'll start preaching over here.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say, are you the son of a preaching man?
I am. I am.
And
Terrell, I know you have a deep faith. It's interesting. One of the things that me personally, I will just say that really has drawn me to you and your talent is your expression of your faith as a joyous, beautiful, uplifting thing that brightens the light of those, the lives of those around you. And it's been interesting because this younger generation of queer people, they approach faith so differently. I'm 41. And it was a journey, and I'm still on the journey, and I'm dealing with some stuff with family right now still that's difficult. But the way that you express your love and your gratitude for Christ is so incredible to watch and inspirational, and reminds me of this guy, at his best, and me at my best. How do you stay in that space when you're famous? You're a big name now. You're a YouTuber. You've got 1 million followers, and with that comes some level of scrutiny and criticism.
And also as a gay black man, I know there's a certain, there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of pain when it comes to faith and religion. Because to the point where I remember when I first started following, I was like, is he out? Because I see him talking about, there's a lot of people in the community who, especially in the church, you're like, but sir, you're gay, but you're not.
We're waiting on you to tell us.
Right. And so when I found out that you were completely out and public about it, but then you still have this profession and love for Christ. So kind of tell us about that and the journey and why you're so expressive with it.
I feel like once you learn and really get this and really understand in your head that Jesus is not people, people are not Jesus. My love and my relationship with Christ is so personal, and it's so my business. It does not matter what human beings who are just as human as I am have to say about what I believe and how I take this walk through my life, you know? I had the Walls group on in 2019, one of my favorite Christian artists. And I had posed a question to them, each of them individually. There's 4 of them. I said, how do you know that God is real, right? And they all gave me very different answers. And the answer that was in my head was because he's proven it to me. The prayers that I have prayed for are so beyond the things that I felt like I was even supposed to have. Mm-hmm. And for them to all be just realized or coming into fruition, that is nothing but God. Because I'm a black man from the country. And somehow I am in Los Angeles now interviewing legends on my show. It is nothing but a testament of faith and prayer. And, you know, Jesus is love, pure love. We are all here just trying to figure this life out. And he equips everyone with gifts. No matter what you think of that person personally, from a fleshly, earthly being, everybody has gifts and everybody deserves love and everybody should be respected. So I just like to say, you know what? You can't tell me what Jesus said. I just talked to him this morning. Okay? And he said, I am blessed and I'm highly favored.
Yes.
So you don't have to deal with him on your own. Talk to him and see what he tell you.
Ooh, that was, and you know, and again, like I said, I knew I was going to confess a lot. I've been struggling with my faith journey recently, and I'm a preacher's kid. We were going to church regularly with the group out here before COVID. Then COVID hit and it went to virtual, and I kind of like strayed away. And I think there's a part of me where, you know, I do let especially when AJ and I post things and you just get all these negative comments and just hateful comments and
Facebook. We're looking at you, Facebook.
Comments that are, well, for me, for him, Facebook, but for me, it's Instagram.
Oh, really?
And it's faith-based hate that isn't the God and the Jesus I know. But then I think within the community, and again, I hate to, when I say community, I hate to lump everybody into one. But I feel like with certain members within the gay community and the gay black community, there is such a hurt and I don't want to acknowledge faith or accept that back in my life because of the hurt. And I know I have my relationship with God and with Jesus. And even if I don't publicly and outwardly profess my faith or my Christianity as often as I should, God, I'm sorry. AJ knows when I go to the gym, every single workout is either the Beyonce Live Homecoming album or I have a gospel workout playlist on Spotify. And the gospel workout playlist, I'm literally listening to all my favorite gospel songs. And I sit there and sometimes I'll text AJ, I'm like, I'm crying right now because I'm in a rough moment or whatever, I'm inspired. And people will be looking at me at the gym like, what is going on? I'm just like, God provides. Like, oh.
Yeah, this bench press really slapping. It's really something today.
So no,
I not do an ab crunch to some Tamala.
Listen. So all that being said, watching your videos and seeing how you express that and are unapologetically who you are, I think it just goes back to, and that's something that, if anything, something I'll take away from today is my relationship is my relationship, and it doesn't matter what other people are thinking or their input, as long as I know exactly what's going on, because I'm the same way.
You know, it works both ways too.
Yeah.
People also, you know, people are from different parts of the world and they grow up differently. They're taught different things. Their relationship with Christ or whoever they think they're talking to is also their business. It's also their business. So whenever, you know, we're black, we're gay, or we're just gay, period, and online, and living our truths, people are going to talk, people are going to say things. They're hurt too, you know, like they're going through their own walks of life too. So I let all that roll off and I just chalk it up to, you know, you will have to basically go through the same things that I'm going through. We just have different circumstances. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not even anything that I let bother me. If anything, it's just like, wow, I'm doing some great stuff, because you could be spending your time doing anything, but you're under my videos trying to influence or persuade me to do something. I must have some sort of power here, because you would never walk by somebody on the street and spend your time stopping them and trying to get them to believe in something, because you don't care about that person. So you care about me. Hey, thank you for caring.
Perspective. I will say this.
You too.
Emile recently had an opportunity to work with one of his icons. He was on Nick Cannon's show out in New York, and they flew him out first class, and they paid him well, and they took care of him. Wow. They put him in a fancy hotel, and it was like one of those blessing moments, because he and I met years ago hosting the America's Got Talent after show. It's actually on camera. The first time we met over 9 years ago, and now we're getting ready to get married. And Nick Cannon was the host at the time, and that was somebody he looked up to. Mm-hmm. And I remember before he left for that, he came home and he bought a new suit from Scotch and Soda, not sponsored, but we love them. And it was different from back in the day when we were buying H&M suits, and then like maybe Express suits or whatever. But this was Scotch and Soda. Spent a little more money on it, and then he went and got the pants tailored just right, and he spent like $200 getting the pants tailored. Something that would have seemed ridiculous to us not that long ago. And I said, listen, God tells you to do these things. Invest in yourself. It's okay. God loves you. God made all these things happen out of the blue. You had no idea they knew you existed, and they called you up, and they're flying you first class to come be on this national talk show. Go rock your look. On the episode, how does it start? Nick brings him out, and they're starting their segment together, and within 20 seconds, Nick's like, but look at these pants. Get out there. Show off those pants. And he literally had him walk out in front of the audience and show off the pants. I'm like, if that's not God, I don't know what is. Because that's how God speaks to us. Yeah. God reaffirms our choices. Listen, I got a playlist too. I don't use it at the gym because I don't go to the gym as much as this guy does. He's got an 8-pack. I have a pack, right? But I got my playlist, and it's been interesting this over the course of this relationship with Emile over here. I grew up Catholic in Ohio. I'm very white, and the way that we worship is very different than how you worship. Mm-hmm. And we now go to a church that's predominantly black, and our pastors.
We went to church.
Well, when they were open, we go to one church out in Los Angeles, and now that the pandemic, we've been there for a while. But like they praise a little different,
a lot different.
A lot different. A little 2-step in it with you.
And listen, they're bringing it to the altar, and they just have a different way, and it's so inspiring to me. It really sort of rejuvenated my faith in a lot of ways, and I didn't know who Tamala Mann was, or Hezekiah Walker, or Kirk Franklin, like any of these greats. And he introduced me to so many.
Because I introduced you to that.
I'll tell you.
No. That's my playlist. I have a playlist called God Loves Me. Mm-hmm. And I remember playing it for my mom a few years back, and it's got a lot of these songs on there, and it's grateful, and it's of course Tamala, everything from Tamala Mann, and it's there's so many beautiful songs in there. I remember playing it for my mom one time, and she just started crying. Because she never heard that kind of music. So like to your point.
That's the thing that I love about gospel music. It provokes an emotion. Yeah. There was, speaking of the 1 Million show, there's a part in the 1 Million show towards the end where this amazing gospel artist, his name is Kalante Gavin, he sang this song by Marvin Sapp that's basically saying, I'm so glad that I made it. After everything I've been through, I'm so glad that I'm here. And all in the comments, all you see is, I'm not even Christian. And this hit me, or I don't even go to church and I'm so moved, or I don't even plan to become a Christian, but I can play this song over and over again and I can feel the power behind the words. Right. That's the no other genre does that. Not even comes close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that that's part of my roots. And the last thing I'll say about the religion and sexuality thing, there was obviously growing up, it's tough for us, it's like, oh, the confliction is so bad. And I think my turning point was I was listening to a gospel song, and God spoke to me and he said, why are you listening to what everybody else is saying when I already told you who you are?
Come on.
I already told you who you are. Why is their words holding more weight than mine? I'm always here with you, and I'm always talking to you, but that one stranger has got your ear? How sway? And that literally flipped my whole life upside down. Listen, now it's just easy.
Listen, it's still a journey for us, but you are an inspiration. Yeah. If you came here for the secrets, you're getting a lot more this episode.
You're getting a lot more than the secret.
Okay. So this one is coming from Mike Mel in Germany. International. Okay.
Okay.
Will you read this?
Well, I had sex with my new boyfriend of my ex. Yes, so his ex's new boyfriend. And a day later with my ex, so with this ex.
Oh, he had sex with both of them.
After he told me that he believes his boyfriend cheats on him. Okay, so this couple is together, they split up, and he has sex with the new boyfriend that his ex just started dating. Okay, the very next day, he goes back and has sex with his own ex after that ex said, hey, I think my new boyfriend's cheating on me. Well, he is. He just cheated on him with you the day before.
That is shady.
You ain't seeing heaven.
Listen, what I will say is, did the ex do something like so awful to him that because you have to really hurt somebody in order to do that to somebody.
Terrell, is somebody more in the wrong here, or are they all just in the wrong?
They all trash. Go ahead.
I feel like there is no lesser evil here. All of them are troubled individuals, and they all need to go back, start from zero, and try again. Because that's a lot going on. But also, what's the age? What's the age here?
So we don't. They didn't say.
They didn't tell us.
I guarantee they're not above 24. I know that. I know that for a fact because that's what we. Not we.
Wait, so you're a messy. So you were a messy 23-year-old?
Wait a minute. Was that a slip? What was that?
What happened was people are dumb when they're in their early 20s. Y'all know that. So I guarantee you, and you know, most this is an LA thing. I hope everybody doing this, but in LA, and you're like early 20s. And you have a bunch of gay guy friends, don't everybody just be all up in everybody's business?
And I think we have one more secret left.
We do. We have one secret, and we have Terrell's secret. And in between, so Terrell, I'm going to ask a favor. In between the secrets that we have left. So another confession. Since I am a loyal watcher of the Terrell show, and AJ knows this, it is my dream. To be on the blue wall. So,
no, it is.
So here's the thing. I have a blue wall here. It's not your blue wall.
Listen, somebody cancels at some point. You ever need a backup guest or something?
Listen,
he will show up.
A bonus episode, I'll be there. So since we are on the blue wall, can we do a mini version of Song Association?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, but it has to be real because when you had Tamala Mann, God bless her, and this was the only option, and I understand and respect that. But when you gave her words like provide, king, I mean, come on, there was only one way that could go.
But we all wanted to hear it. We wanted to hear it.
They wanted to hear it, and they would have ate me alive if she exited that blue wall without singing "Take Me to the King." It would have been.
We appreciate you for it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna make up some words for you. Is that how we're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I get nervous because I feel like Roxy will be doing the buzzer on me every 5 seconds.
We have 11 seconds.
They need the buzzer.
Oh my God, it feels so real. Oh,
it's happening. It's happening. She's preparing it. She's pulling it up, and she's got it.
Why am I sweating? Oh my God.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrell. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. We have Emile Ennis Jr. in the building. Clap. Woo woo. Woo woo. And his lovely man, AJ Gibson, say, yeah.
What I am not singing, just so we're clear.
You have 11 seconds to sing the first song that comes to your head with this word in the title or the lyrics of the song. Do you understand the rules?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Your first word is long, L-O-N-G.
Oh God. Oh, wait. Oh, long ago. And oh, so far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. And your guitar, and it sounds so sweet. Okay, that's it. That's it.
You didn't tell me
how'd you do that?
Know how to sing.
Oh, yes.
He got runs.
I do karaoke though. I like to do karaoke.
He can sing.
Period. That's fine. That's great. Book him.
Wait. I just passed my audition. I just passed my audition, y'all.
You just passed your audition. Clap for you.
Thank you.
I love a multi-hyphenate. I do. It's very pleasing for me and my
You don't
homegirl.
understand. If I was of AJ's complexion, I would be bright red right now. Because I'm the same way. I overthink and I'm comfortable in certain scenarios, but I do get nervous. So I was freaking out. And Roxy is aggressive with that buzzer. But I love you, Roxy. But yeah, she's aggressive.
It is.
I was hoping the word was listen.
She was ready to hit you.
I was ready for the word listen because I will tell you, I can't tell you how many times he has sang "Listen to Me" in our living room. All day. No, we ain't gotta do it.
Oh no, we'll save that for another time.
Okay. You can send me a voice note with it on it.
But also, I gotta know, how on earth did you come up with a song with the word long in it? The only thing I could think of, and this is not even the word long, and this is how terrible I am, I was like, thong, 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 thong. No, that's not right. That don't work. I was trying to rhyme it.
I am done. I am done.
Eddie, you have to stay home. You can sit in the audience because it ain't gonna work.
I'll watch.
Oh my God! Not the thong song, which, by the way, that is a classic, and we were jamming that on the way to Palm Springs the other day. And
that's a classic.
Listen.
That's a classic.
Okay, so I'm so glad that we did the audition.
Yeah,
I'm glad I passed.
I'm proud of you.
So we have one more secret, and then we have your secret.
Okay.
So this one is Anonymous Male Colorado. They said, on my campus, there's this building with private bathrooms.
Uh-oh.
Okay, most buildings have private bathrooms.
We know where this is going.
They said there's a shower, a toilet, the whole shebang. So a bathroom.
The whole shebang. That's how we order our shrimp at Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
Oh my God, and it's so good. Okay. And then they said my first year there, passing between classes or before work, I'd be horny and to decide to take a little detour to the bathroom. Turn on all these secrets are sexual. Turn on some good porn and proceed to jerk off.
Ooh.
I've done it numerous times and no one has suspected a thing. So are they watching the porn on mute?
Wow.
And also,
Lord.
listen,
It's natural. It's natural.
I mean,
they're not hurting anybody.
Though, wait a minute, what's going on? There's a whole morning before you get to campus if you need to handle your business.
Right.
Why you gotta wait till you get to the campus for?
Ew, wow.
What you got to say now, AJ?
Listen, I don't judge. I try not to judge.
I ain't judging. I'm just talking.
Wait, what did Roxy say? She said, unless what?
What did you say?
I just feel like maybe that's part of the what gets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That could be. Maybe that's part of their fantasy thing. They want to do it at the school.
Here's the thing.
Exactly.
No, you better. You better, because you be telling my business on here. Don't.
I will not tell your secret. I won't do it. I'll tell one about me. Should I tell one about me?
No, because you're gonna loop me in somehow.
No, I won't
Okay,
bring you up.
go
I
ahead.
know exactly. Because I have a very specific secret I can share about you. I have two of them actually I could share about you right now, but I won't do that because I respect you and I want you to actually go through with the marriage, the whole wedding thing. No, I remember. Yeah. I think Roxy's onto something because I remember I was in like high school or something. You in high school, you have no control over your emotions and your sexual drive. And I was working. I was a lifeguard in the summertime, and I worked at this big pond, and it's called the Huffy Pond.
Not the Huffy.
Well, there's a Huffy Bikes. You know Huffy Bikes?
Oh yeah, I had a Huffy.
They were based in my hometown, and there's a pond behind the big factory.
I used to get a Huffy bike every 2 years.
Okay, well those were made in my hometown. And so there's a pond out there, and they would send a couple lifeguards every day from like the public swimming pool, and we would like have shifts, and we'd work out there, and there was nobody there, and it was me and somebody else, and we would take turns like taking walks around the pond because like it was just a nice day out, and we wanted to be active and not sit there the entire day. Well, on the far corner of the pond, there's a highway overpass. It's like by like the Walmart. It's a very, very classy situation, and there's an overpass, and there's nothing underneath there. And one time I went under the overpass while I was lifeguarding, supposed to save lives. Reminder, there were no people swimming. And
How you know nobody jumped in while you over there beating your meat?
But I jerked off underneath the overpass because I remember being like, ooh, somebody might see me from the highway, even though you can't physically
Somebody could have died,
No,
AJ.
nobody was going to die. There was nobody there.
What if they found out years later there's somebody at the bottom of that pond
while I was doing
while you were over there stroking, they died because of you?
Listen, that's the kind of stuff they tell you in Catholic school that will happen if you ever do that. So
was the nut worth it? Was it worth it?
I think it was good. I think it was probably good. I don't remember. They were so frequent when I was in high school that none of them were really
I'll
probably
go ahead and
good.
make the confession you probably going to confess because we tell everything on this podcast anyway.
Really? You're going to tell
I'm going to
this?
tell it. So speaking of private bathrooms, so AJ said earlier that, I was flued out in the nice class. So I went to the lounge.
Don't say the airline.
I won't, but I went to the lounge. And because it was such a short turnaround, I needed to shower again before I actually got on the plane. So I showered in like one of the private bathrooms.
Have those private setups where you can go.
Yeah,
and
it's
he
a private
FaceTimed
shower,
me just to
like
say,
everything.
He FaceTimed me to say hi.
You gonna let me tell the story? You gonna tell the story?
I'm trying to
let me tell the story?
I'm trying to save you from yourself.
So I FaceTime AJ. This is our relationship. I FaceTime AJ, and I'm like, oh, because I just got the new iPhone. What's this, 13 Pro Max?
The newest one.
So the camera, it's like you're there, and I was like, oh, look at this, is a nice like private shower and everything, whatever.
It did start off as him just showing me the cool
I was just showing him the bathroom. And then he was like, why don't you show me some other things? And
Okay,
I was like,
I might have said that.
I was like, no, we're not doing that.
We're 9.5 years in. I mean, you gotta keep it
alive. You gotta still do the things. And then I was like, okay. I was like, I'll just put the phone here and just get undressed while I prepare to shower. And then I'm not gonna get into the details, but let's just say the phone somehow made it into the shower with me while I was showering.
It was fun. And then I will say this. When I got home from work the next day, because he flew in overnight and I had to go host my radio show early in the morning, I get home and I'm thinking, this is all I can think about. This is all I've been thinking about the entire day, coming home to my man, who I just saw on that video. Yeah, and I think I'm going to get me some on the couch. And he pushed me off him with the quickness. He was so tired this morning. He's like, get off me. Do not kiss me. I am not in the mood. And I was like, who are you? Who is this man? Where's my fiance? Where's that sexy man from the shower? That's the truth. That's our actual life.
Oh my goodness.
Listen. But at least you got a little taste of it on the FaceTime. Okay.
Nasty.
Terrell, this has been so much fun, and we know that you have a secret that we are excited to hear. We love you. So go ahead and do it, AJ. You know what you got to do.
You ready? Yeah. Oh, wait. You ready to share your secret with us? Are you ready to confess your mess?
Oh, I guess. Oh, man. Should I just say it or just tell it?
Listen.
Okay. So, I've always been quite the eager beaver, the overachiever, the ambitious one of the bunch. And it definitely started at a young age. So, in high school, you have all the extracurricular activities, all the things that you can do after school, right? So, why
do I hear Roxy laughing in the background?
Because she knows. I was already a straight A student, right? So school came so easy to me. I was like, I need to do more things. I have all this energy. I need to do more things. So I started signing up for clubs, like the financial club, the Skills USA club, Key club, math club, academic quiz bowl club, right? I just signed up for everything.
You sounded like a lot of fun.
I was like a lot of what?
You sounded like a lot of fun. Math club.
Wow. I was a cool nerd though. I had friends.
And they were real.
Okay,
they were real. Go ahead.
Right? I did everybody's homework. That's what it was. And so I became president of like all of them. I just wanted to be, I didn't only want to be in the club. I wanted to be in charge of the club, right?
Right.
So I usually had like 3 or 4 meetings after school just bouncing around. So at my senior year, I was pretty much the president of like 6 or 7 things.
Oh my God.
But that wasn't enough, y'all. That wasn't enough. I ran out of clubs that were applicable to me. I tried to join. There was one, I'm from North Carolina, so
right.
I have a big Native American community there, and there was a Native American club. They wouldn't let me in. No. It was the last one that was there. So I made it my own. I said, I'm gonna make it my own club then, because I'm out. And I called it the Tag Crew.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait. It just cut out. What did you call it?
The Tag Crew. T as in Tom, A as in Apple, G as in Greg. Or T as in Terrell, A as in Antonio, G as in Grice. And what we did was we went around and we shot videos. Literally a foreshadowing of what I do today. I had this clunker. Yes, it was basically an AV club that I started and recruited people to come on. I gave people titles. I said, you're going to be a producer. You're going to be an assistant director. You're going to be a grip. I don't know what they do, but I heard it on TV one day. So come on. And we formed it was like a 20-person club.
What?
And it was so official that it made it into the yearbook. It had a whole page. Right next to the tennis club, it was Tag Crew. I have the yearbook to prove it. And there was awards given.
Now wait a minute. Because I was over here like, wait, I'm actually that's really cool what you did. Now,
What were like the sweetest secret ever.
What were the awards, Terrell? Go ahead.
Well, there was a few. Okay, so one of them was like best producer of the year.
Okay.
That was me. I gave it to me. There was best director of the year. I just thought since I started the club, I should get that too. Stop it. I only took those two.
Oh, the big ones.
The rest of them out.
He just took the big ones.
I just took the big ones that, people call you for.
Grip of the year went to somebody else.
Grip of the year, I was like, Tom, you can have that, Tom. You did very well gripping, whatever that means.
I live for that secret. And I relate to that because I was not in any clubs really. I was in choir and I was in drama club. And then they created a category in Student Government Association. I was the SGA Media Specialist. So AKA,
see what I'm saying?
I did the videos and I did all those things. And I remember one of my major assignments, which looking back, what the hell, y'all? One of my major assignments was, I don't know if you know this, my school, Westlake High School, class of 2007, shout out. We had Cam Newton. We had so many great people in that class.
Yes.
But Westlake High School, class of 2007, I was tasked with creating a video because our school in South Fulton County in Atlanta was one of the oldest schools in the district, over 40 years old. And it was just awful. And so they wanted to get the home makeover crew. Remember Home Makeover Edition?
Yes.
To make over our school. So I had to do videos of our school. Keep in mind that's like millions of dollars.
Wait, you know that one of our good friends worked on that show.
Yes, I know.
Did you ever tell her this story?
No. Because also, how it's going to look, what they couldn't make over a whole school. And I did this video with the belief that ABC was really going to be like, oh yes, this is it. This is it. It didn't work. It didn't work. And that video will never see the light of day.
It is all like those little things we do as kids. Sometimes they come up later in life and you look back and see the lesson. I look back on Tab and I'm like, you know what? I built something from nothing. I built the table. I brought the chairs and I said, come on, we're going to learn how to do something. And as I look back on that, I'm like, wow, I really did learn some very, very small things, but maybe that's where my passion started for making content, So God is always setting your life up.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
That's why
the Tag Crew done turned into the Terrell Show.
It's crazy. You think things happen by chance sometimes. I was on a local station called Channel 6 doing the news when I was in 7th grade. And I forgot about it for years. And all of a sudden I do that for a living now. I was also, I have to tell you, I was in two clubs in high school because they both had trips to like Kings Island and Cedar Point, the theme parks. And so I joined both of them. And that doesn't seem like a lot, except for one of them was the Young Democrats, and the other was Young Republicans. I was in both of them.
I am done.
Because I wanted to go on both field trips.
Both of y'all need to go somewhere.
So
I am so done. How did you go to both of the clubs? You go into the Young Republicans club. You're like, weren't you just a Young Democrats? I'm still figuring it out.
You can be like, I'm independent. I swing both ways. I don't know.
Too good.
Terrell, it was such a blast. So
fun.
Before we let you go, we always like to ask, out of everything from this pod, what was your takeaway of the day?
Ooh, what was my takeaway from the day? Everybody is on their different journey with their spirituality. Spirituality is so important to me. I love it. It keeps me going. And there's you don't have to be all the way this or all the way that, like my bestie and my producer, she's a whole Buddhist. Okay?
I love that.
Nothing to do with Jesus Christ. And we share things all the time that we're like, ooh, I like that from that. And then I'll say, ooh, I like that from the Bible. And I'm like, I like that from Buddha. You know what I mean? We're all on our different, there's a spectrum here. And every journey is special. And every journey is hopeful. So, yeah, I love that.
I think you're special and hopeful.
Agree.
You're so good.
Agree.
You are so good.
Should we go ahead and give a church clap right now? I feel like it's appropriate. Praise is what I do.
You better sing in here when I want to be close to you. That's what the songwriter says.
Listen, thank you so much, Terrell. This was a blast. You have really enlightened our day, and especially with me being so tired, the fact that you got energy out of me, that shows the power that you have.
That's right. And go subscribe if you haven't yet. If you're if you're that half that watches and doesn't subscribe to the Terrell Show, go subscribe right now. Let's get him to 2 million.
Yes.
So I can do another show.
Yes.
That was fun for me. I'm ready to do the next one.
Yes.
Amen.
Right. We love you, and listen, we will see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. It's such an honor and a pleasure. I love you both.
All right, so we love to give a shout out to some of our favorite people, specifically our messengers. If you don't know what a messenger is, wow. You don't know what a messenger is. If you don't know what a messenger is, basically that means that you are a loyal listener and you're our friend to the podcast. And if you want to be a messenger, all you have to do is go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, click on our page, leave a review and a rating, 5 stars, please, and you could be a messenger of the week. Our messenger of the week for this week has actually been on this podcast.
Oh, she has been on the podcast. She's in my wedding party.
What?
I'm just now looking at this. Okay, Cornelia, we see you. Go check her out. Her podcast is so good. Black History.
Black News.
Black News. Why do I always say history?
I don't know.
Black News with Cornelia. It's so good. So good. I don't know the title of it. Here is our messenger of the week. She says, here for the mess with my favorite emoji, the squinty eye with tongue sticking out. I use that one all the time. 5 stars. I'm here for all of it and quietly living vicariously through some of these guests, LOL. This is definitely a podcast you cannot afford to miss out on. Subscribe now.
Yes.
She wants you to listen to her episode, I think.
And I know why you said Black History, because Cornelia knows a lot of Black history. When we had our podcast back in the day, she can name
knew it all.
History facts.
Like, she graduated from Hampton. She knows her shit.
Listen, HU. Okay, thank you guys so much. If you want to be a messenger of the week, you now know what to do. Confess Your Mess. Confess Your Mess is a Straw Hut Media podcast produced by Ryan Tillotson and Frank Driscoll. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
And if you have a secret and want to share, go to confessyourmess.us to submit. Your secret could end up in the show.
Ooh.